There will be a lot of attention on this race, not just here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, but across the nation.
I want you to take a look at what's going on behind us, because one look and you will see that the pedestal out here, it is now totally empty.
The governor said that the people of Missouri deserve a straight up or down vote on this bill. No delay, no compromise. But that's exactly what Democrats were doing today, stalling for more than 5 hours so that there was no debate, discussion, or vote on House Bill 126. The display is about more than just laughs and smiles, also some sound medical advice out here from an impressively drawn Dr. Anthony Fauci. Wash your hands and don't touch your face. Yeah, Mike, Senator Hawley has an office inside of the federal courthouse behind us. There were more than 100 or about 100 people out here earlier. Things are a lot quieter now, but the calls for his resignation do continue.
Senator Hawley incited a domestic terrorist attack on our nation's capital last week, and for this reason, he needs to resign. His irresponsible behavior caused the deaths of 6 individuals. For this reason, he needs to resign. There is blood on his hands because of the loss of life. For this reason, he needs to resign.
This protest, organized by a labor union, is calling for the resignation of Josh Hawley, saying the junior senator has blood on his hands. The crowd brought signs and speakers before taking to the street. They circled the federal court that houses Hawley's office in downtown St. Louis 6 times, one round for each of the people who have died following that chaos. Sharon Menzel says she participated in this protest because its caravan allowed her to keep her distance.
With enough pressure, I think that people really can make changes.
The event was organized by the American Federation of Government Employees, a union that represents government workers like the people in the Capitol 1 week ago.
I never thought in a million years that we would see the treason that we saw in D.C. When he raised his fist to the protesters, to the treasonous protesters in D.C., he was giving them the okay to go ahead and storm the Capitol, in my opinion.
Corey Sanford says he watched the riots unfold and was shocked to see Hawley then stick with his vote to object that night. Sanford says if Hawley doesn't resign, then Sanford will use his voting power too.
If we can't get him now, we'll get him during election time.
5 on Your Side has reached out to Senator Hawley's office trying to find a time to speak with the senator. We have not heard back right now. Hawley has so far said that he will not be stepping down. In St. Louis, Sara Machi, 5 on Your Side. A classic car show is set up outside the Fainting Goat restaurant in Breeze. One-way owners are steering new customers their way. But another recent visitor brought something else. Apologies and a ticket.
You know, they were forced to be there and they were just doing their job.
Ashley Driemeyer says an Illinois state trooper and 2 health officials stopped by her restaurant last week, citing her for not wearing a mask and operating an indoor dining room. At the start of the month, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker told Region 4 restaurant owners they would need to stop all indoor food sales due to high transmission rates. But Driemeyer says she just could not afford to follow that rule.
Everyone in this area has their doors open right now. They can't afford to close down. I'm just the one that's brave enough to speak up.
Ashley says she's not alone in keeping her dining room open. She says hundreds of other businesses are doing it, but she only knows of 2 that have been cited, and she thinks that's because she's been so outspoken on this issue.
That ticket is not worth the paper it's written on. Legally, I think it's completely unenforceable.
Attorney Thomas DeVore says he has 2 clients now dealing with citations. He believes they wouldn't hold up in court if they even got there. Instead, he believes that this is a pressure tactic from the governor's office.
It was a publicity stunt is all it was, ma'am. Pure publicity stunt.
As for Driemeyer, she continues sales inside and on her patio, and she says community support has driven business to the highest levels yet. In Breeze, Sara Machi, 5 on Your Side. We knew that a decision was coming at some point, but people we spoke with said they didn't expect it today. And with a conservative majority on the bench, they certainly didn't expect the ruling to go this way either. The Supreme Court ruled 5-4 that the Trump administration can't close the DACA program, which provides protection for undocumented people who were brought to the U.S. as kids. For dreamers like Maryland Heights resident Areli Munoz-Reyes, who has lived in the St. Louis area since she was 8, this provides some breathing room.
I didn't expect it to go this way. I kind of lost faith for a minute there, just with what's happening. 2020 just hasn't been a good year for anybody, I feel like.
Munoz-Reyes has been advocating for a permanent path to citizenship for years, even visiting Senator Roy Blunt's office. And now she says the fight continues.
We were really nervous. We weren't actually expecting a positive decision, so we were kind of preparing for the worst. So we were very pleasantly surprised this morning.
Immigration attorney Christine Woletic agrees with Munoz-Reyes because here's the thing. Chief Justice John Roberts says this challenge from the Trump administration just didn't have a good foundation. So the administration can come back with another argument, which would be devastating, she says, for her clients.
They would have lost their ability to work, to feel safe in this country. People that have made their lives here, that have families here, that have U.S. citizen children, and it would have taken all of that away from them.
And Munoz-Reyes knows about building a life. She recently graduated with an associate's degree and starts a full ride with a Connecticut university this fall, majoring in social work.
The fight is not over. We won, today, but we're going to keep fighting for all of us.
White House attorneys argued that presidents don't have the power to enact these kind of programs, which the Supreme Court rejected despite that conservative majority. As for the immigration attorney that you just heard from, she says that they have been advising their clients to hold off on filing renewal applications because it costs about $500 and the program was all in flux. But now she says with this ruling, they hope that they'll be able to even file some new applications to enter the DACA program. Live in St. Louis tonight, Sara Machi, 5 on your side.